Okay, back to part two of my episode. I have to charge my phone a little bit. Let's get into some of y'all comments about Amber not healing. Y'all are absolutely correct. She ain't healing. I done told y'all that. She ain't healing. Why? She's coping. She's in autopilot. Amber, if she was really, 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 really at peace, we'd have a divorce by now. We'd have a divorce date by now. We don't have that. We're not going to get that. I'm glad that Kelvin's sister is here because she is calling Amber out. And she can tell Amber still love her husband. And she do. Amber still love Anthony. I don't care. At the end of the day, she still love her husband. The problem is now that Shayla's out of control, I don't blame her. I wouldn't want that in my life at all. And I would tell him, we were to get back together, you're going to have to deal with that before we deal with any of that. And that's why she's not going back. I kept telling y'all, she ain't going back because Shayla going to end up going crazy. Now, I think Shayla going to do something and she either going to be off the show completely, meaning that they're going to end up, getting off the show. Y'all know what I'm trying to say without saying it. But that or she gonna be locked up in a loony bin and Anthony gonna have custody of that baby. Because if you think that Angeline and Brody gonna get their baby, they're not gonna get their baby. Their baby is going straight to Anthony. So that's how that's gonna go. So at the end of the day, the question is, who is he gonna get to basically raise that baby? As for PRE, you need to go ahead and just tell Anthony he need to go back home. Cause honey, you think Shayla gonna stop? Shayla is not gonna stop right now. Especially when she see him and Rolanda out there working out. As for the working out, Dalen, I see you. I know you trying to get with his sister. Mm-hmm. You trying to get with his sister. And that would be kind of cute, though, them four hanging out and him dating his sister. That would be kind of cool. And Amber and Kelvin, that would be cute. I would like to see that. I like more of that. Can we get more of that, please? Because I like them all together. And I'm glad, Wayne, you're listening because we like them four together. We do. I'm glad that they're bringing new people for Amber to hang out with. But, Amber, go over there and go check on Erica because Erica need to be checked on. She needs your friend. She needs you right now. Go on over there and go check on her and pull her out there, too. But she need to get out there, too. And as for Sarah and DC, it's going to be a round and round circle until the situation with Nina is out the way. But I don't know what's going to happen after that. Now, as for D and the situation with Diablo and all of that, it's no different than the Rico situation. All this is Rico and Francisco and the Wands part two. That's why I can't get into it. I already saw it once with Ty and him. I don't want to see it no more. Actually, I'm really sick of it at this point. I don't want to see nothing with Frank and any of them as far as drugs because now that we have dispensaries, why are we still having people on the street corners? Unless they're just selling hard drugs. But then again, there are a bunch of crackheads out there because there's a bunch of homeless people out there, but that's a whole nother conversation. Um, as far as, I'm trying to think of anything else. As far as Amber, go back to her. Why you still telling Brittany your business and wait till your best friend find out you hanging out with Kelvin? Wait till she find out about that. She ain't gonna be thrilled. But at the end of the day, Brittany, you did this to yourself. And Dalen, I'm not mad at you for going off on Brittany. And Kelvin, I love your reaction too because ain't no point. Why am I having a conversation with somebody that ain't gonna do nothing but lie? That I know is a compulsive liar? What would be the point? But then again, you have two different men that deal with things two different ways. Understandable. So I get it. And I'm glad the two of them are becoming friends. And that's actually going to be cool to see. Not only that, I can't wait to Dalen introduce him to Anthony. And he finds out that that's the Anthony that is Amber's husband. That's going to be interesting. So yeah, I can't wait for Anthony to find out that Kelvin and Amber are actually working out and they're getting closer. Because they are getting closer. And you know what though? This thing with Brittany might have been the best thing that could have happened because either way it would have worked out anyway. But hey. But she gonna be pissed when she find out that both of the men that basically essentially she basically had both were interested in Amber at one time. So again, birds of a feather flock together. But like I said, is Amber gonna try her best not to feed into it? Yep. But is she gonna eventually end up falling? Maybe. We will see. At the end of the day, like I said, we never know how these situations are gonna play out, but we'll just have to see how that goes. But anyway, long story short, when it comes to these situations, you never know how they go. As far as Tony, oh my God. You know what, Wayne? If I were you, I would take that car back. You know what? Tony is gave that girl a car. What 21, 20 something year old gives a girl a car that young? That is crazy. And his mama tried everything she could. Honey, ain't nothing y'all can do. But Wayne, if that man can't make that car payment, let that be on him. You gonna have to cut the funds because that came out of your money. That didn't come out of his money. That came out of your money. You the one could have made him take that car back. Wayne could have made him take that car back because that money came from him. All he had to do was stop payment on it. If Wayne would have did a stop payment on it, that car, she'd have never got that car. But instead, he didn't do a stop payment because the money came out of Wayne's account. It didn't come out of Tony's account. It came out of Wayne's account. So being that it came out of Wayne's account, Wayne could have just said, you know what, go take that car back. All Wayne had to do was do a stop payment on that car, and they'll come get that car. Because, Tony, you should not be giving a girl that's not your wife a godforsaken car, especially a Mercedes. A Mercedes ain't cheap. What is wrong with you? As for Tamar, it's only a matter of time for your girlfriend to find out what you and Brittany are doing. It's only a matter of time for your daddy and Rolanda to find out what's going on. As for Natasha, you had your chance, homegirl. Now you mad because he's now interested in Ro. And now you come and dress a certain way. Girl, just tell that man you want it one more time. You know he messing with you, right? You know he just using Ro to piss you off, right? Because like I said, at the end of the day, it would be cute to see Rolanda and Kendrick together. But see, Natasha, you need to just tell her the truth. Just tell her you and Kendrick was the one that you had that one night with. And Rolanda would step aside, but you not telling her nothing. And so, like I said, it would be interesting about Kendrick and Rolanda getting together. I always thought that would be cute. But then again, him and Natasha would be cute. Either way it go, whichever one he chooses, it'll be cute. But anyway, like I said, these skits get more and more ridiculous every day. They get more and more ridiculous. That's why you have to take a couple of days. Because in the end, as far as Momo, Jocelyn, and all of that, it's typical. There's nothing really to say on that. Ralphie's being played. He's stupid, and he gonna F around and find out. That's why I said Ralphie and Mike ain't never gonna learn. Like I said, it's too many men. You can tell the men that actually have had women and don't think like Mike and Ralphie do, that are not tricking off women. You have men like Wayne that ain't tricking off a woman at all because he's used to having women. The men that are used to having women are not tricking off on women. Matter of fact, they're not even giving them money like that. They give them their time. And yeah, they might buy them something here or there, but they know the women they want to be with and the women they don't. Mike and them is insane. As for Melissa and all of that, Ernestine in the house, typical. All typical. Ain't no point in talking about it because at the same time, Ernestine's not going to get that house. Ernestine got to worry about whether she going to get locked up if they find them drugs in that yard. And I don't blame, and as for her mama, I don't blame her. I'd have took that money too. Y'all going to sit up there and put money in my land and you think I'm not going to take it? That money is technically mine because it's been on there longer than 30 days. So when he find out the mama took the money, he ain't going to do nothing. But you better hope you ain't got to pay nobody back that money that she took. Then that's going to be a whole nother conversation. That woman took that money and probably paid off her mortgage, paid off her bills. I ain't mad at her. As for, the other house, Ernestine, you're not getting that house. All you need to do is take the money from the house and call it a day and move on. Because you ain't there now and you ain't got no job. You can't even afford that house. How you going to get a house and you can't afford it? Because they ask you about employment. They're not just going to give you a house because you got the money. They're going to want you to have some type of employment. And even J-Mo said he's not giving you all the money. Wait till he find out about you and Trey. When I tell you he going to cut y'all off, he's going to cut y'all purity off. And I don't really blame him if he does. Because the stuff that you and Trey over there doing, y'all over there playing this face. That's why I said I think him and Melissa going to end up get together eventually. So with that being said, I think that's it that I can think of. Ain't nothing really going on. That's why I'm taking a break. Because all of this just becoming redundant. It's just the same scenarios, different people. Like I said, we done seen these scenarios already. We seen this in the Juan situation when it came to Rico. We seen it when it came to Francisco and Ty. When it came to old boy getting banged off. We've already seen it. How many times do we have to see these same scenarios before we realize it's time for something new? So like I said, today put something out new. There's a whole different scenario that has nothing to do with any of this. I'm taking a break. Love y'all. Bye, y'all.